Hey everyone, welcome to the Dealer's Book Series channel. I'm Christina, Kristina Deluise. And I picked up Kathy Wright's Cold Bones. Freed from a heavy work schedule, Tempe Brennan is content to dote on her daughter. Katie finally returned to civilian life from the army, but when her mother and daughter meet at Tempe's place one night, they find a box on the back porch, inside a very fresh human eyeball. GPS coordinates etched into the eyeball lead to an equally McBride discovery. Soon after, Tempe examines the corpse and her anxiety deepens. Let me get to my notes here. First of all, I haven't read Kathy Reichs' book in a while. And while I'm happy that Tempe and Ryan are together, it doesn't really say how together, but they're together. I'm still a Booth and Bones fan. I will be a Booth and Bones fan forever. I'm a little sad that he's retired from the police force, but on the other hand, working as a private detective, he could probably work with Tempe more. However, for the first part of this book, he is out of town. But it is a very interesting story. It has a very good flow. Sometimes you read a book and it's got that jerky car feeling, like somebody's learning how to drive a car, and like a stick shift or something. This is very smooth, very smooth. Sometimes you can feel like maybe the writer had trouble and she stopped and started kind of thing. But this feels like she sat down and did it all in one sitting. We know she didn't, but that's what it feels like, and that's what makes a book. It also makes a book when you can put the book down and remember what it's about. Think about this. If you put a book down and you're like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. But if you put a book down and you're like, then it was a bad book. But if you can put a book down and remember what the book was about, hours later, days later, years later, it was a good book. It flows really, really smoothly. Like I said, I read it in 3 hours. It was really good. It's very, very layered. There's multiple subplots. Someone is researching Bones' Tempe's old cases. I still think of her as Bones, and is imitating them. Plus, there's also a subplot that is a little scary for any parent to go through. I think her cause with helping the veterans, Katie's cause with the veterans, is really good, and it's a good idea, and it would make some good future stories. But the situation with Katie, without giving anything away, is really scary. And people tell Tempe, I keep calling her Bones, sorry, not to worry, blah, blah, blah. She's going through some stuff, but it turns, I don't want to give it away for you. You have to read the book. But there's multiple plots. Who would take the time to write GPS coordinates on an eyeball? Who would have the talent to write GPS coordinates on an eyeball? And who would be sick enough to write GPS coordinates on an eyeball? And who but Tempe would be able to find GPS coordinates on an eyeball? I don't know. But it is a very complex, there's very good plots and subplots. It kept my attention, like I said, about 3 hours. Sometimes if a book is hard to read or it's not holding my attention, it could take hours, it could take weeks. I had one book, took me about 6 months. It was one of my better authors, but She was starting a new series, and you remember the old Regency books where they go for the carriage ride in the park, and they would do the there's Miss. They would introduce all the characters as they drove through the park. It took like 15 chapters or something, and it took me 6 months to read that book. I mean, I finally got going, but all those meet and greets drove me crazy. But this was really smooth. It was really good. It flowed, and so I highly recommend it. It's really good. Really subplots, not too graphic, not a complicated Patricia Cornwell type situation, but these will always be Bones and Booth to me, always. But definitely check it out. Tempe goes through a few things. She has to deal with a personal situation, a couple personal situations. But yeah, definitely check it out. It's a really good book. And I hope you have a good day. And please like and subscribe. It's really, really important that you like the channel. Nothing can happen until there's like 4,000 likes, and I've got like 2. So please like. Thank you.